We waited a long time for news on the Nissan Frontier, and here it is. We have official information, but it may not be what you expected. In this video, I'm going to give you all the information we have so far about the new 2020 Nissan Frontier, and the biggest news here is the brand new engine and transmission. And it's not an all-new truck. So the image you see behind me is going to be the 2020 Nissan Frontier officially, and the transparent hood, not for sale, shows the new 3.8 liter gas V6 engine. And there are a couple more big news items about the new Frontier. They're discontinuing the 4-cylinder gas engine and also the manual transmission option. And also at the end of this video, I'm going to share a very cool story that Nissan officially shared. They found a 1 million mile Nissan Frontier. It's a really cool story about the owner, delivery truck driver, and that's going to be at the very end of this video. So let's hit it right off the bat with the specs on this brand new 3.8 liter gas V6. So the old 4 liter is no more. It's gone for 2020 and beyond. And Nissan actually says that this new 3.8 liter will be available in the all-new truck, the all-new 2021 Nissan Frontier that's coming later. The power number on this new gas V6 is 310 horsepower, and according to Nissan, 281 pound-feet of torque. The 310 horsepower is actually class-leading if you compare it to the Toyota Tacoma and, of course, the Ford Ranger. If you look at Jeep Gladiator and, of course, Chevy Colorado V6 engines, all gas V6 engines, 310 horsepower is class-leading number. And there's going to be one transmission option backing up this new engine. It's going to be a new 9-speed automatic. That's right, no more manual transmissions. The new V6 will be built at the Deckard, Tennessee plant with Nissan, and it's going to be built alongside the 5.6 liter gas V8 that's in the Nissan Titan that's currently built there. And the Nissan Frontier and the Nissan Titan will still be built at the Canton, Mississippi plant. So that doesn't change. When you compare the new V6 to the old one, Nissan says they use 93% new parts. And when I was at the Nissan Titan XD program, I asked the marketing guys at Nissan and engineers, and I said, well, is it related to any other engine, the 3.8 liter? Is it like the Nissan GTR twin turbo? They said no. It's purpose-built for the truck. And other commercial applications or truck applications that didn't specify if this engine is going to go into other vehicles, but potentially it could, has really good power. And they say it's going to be 10% more fuel efficient than the current V6 and the 5-speed automatic that currently exists. So what does that mean, about 10%? So currently, the 2019 Nissan Frontier 2-wheel drive has an EPA rating of 16 mpg city, 23 mpg highway, and 19 combined. The 2019 4-wheel drive Nissan currently has an EPA rating of 15 city, 21 highway, and 17 combined. And if you have a 10% improvement over these numbers for 2019, you may be approaching 18 mpg combined. And this kind of matches what the other trucks are currently doing. If you look at the V6 Toyota Tacoma 4-wheel drive, that truck with an automatic transmission is rated at 18 mpg combined and 22 on the highway. So if this engine is as efficient as Nissan hopes it would be, it would kind of match the class. So it's not going to leapfrog all the other trucks, but kind of be in the midst of them. Nissan says that the 9-speed automatic that's going to be in this 2020 Frontier truck is related to the new 9-speed available currently in the 2020 Nissan Titan and Titan XD trucks. There may be a little bit of part differences, but overall, the way that the transmission is organized and set up is going to be the same. And Nissan says that, of course, it will be shifting quieter and smoother and also have, great shifting capability. Obviously, we haven't driven this new powertrain yet, so I cannot tell you exactly how it drives yet, but we hope to drive it soon, because Nissan says the new 2020 truck with the new engine and transmission will be available in the spring of 2020. But Nissan is doing something very interesting here. They're launching this new powertrain in the old truck. They're not showing us a concept or prototype of an upcoming Frontier. They're saying, boom, check it out. This is the existing truck with a new powertrain. And here we go. And they didn't announce pricing yet, but spring, that means probably around April, May timeframe, we should see this new engine and transmission at dealers and on the road. And of course, we'll bring you all the latest reviews on this power system. And Nissan has a few more changes for 2020. They have now standard push button start across all 2020 Frontiers starting in the spring. So that's a nice touch. It makes the truck a little bit more modern. They're also making power door locks and power windows standard across all trucks, because previously they also had manual roll-up windows that all of us really loved when we had our Nissan Frontier long-term truck a couple of years ago. So that option also goes away. So they're trying to standardize some of their features and maybe more streamline the offering basically of the new Frontier. The 2020 trucks will all have tilt steering column and also a leather shift knob. So Nissan is just throwing a little bit of content into the truck, and this is going to be the final year for this current generation body style. And we haven't seen the new body style yet, so we don't know exactly what it will be like. In 2020, Nissan will still offer the King Cab, extended cab version of the Frontier, and the crew cab with 2 bed lengths. So they're still going to offer the same 2 wheelbases, so crew cab with a short bed and the crew cab with a long bed. I think it's really great. Trucks like the Ford Ranger and the Jeep Gladiator don't offer a long bed with a crew cab, so I think that's still really good for Nissan. The 2020 Nissan King Cab will be offered in two-wheel drive and 4x4 in S and SV grades. So pretty simple lineup. The crew cab is also going to be two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. In SV, the SV is going to have 2 wheelbase options. And of course, the Pro 4X crew cab is going to be the off-road truck. So they're not going to offer the King Cab Pro 4X. The Pro 4X for 2020 will be crew cab only, four-wheel drive only, and this is probably one of their most popular Frontier trucks because it's off-road worthy, and the suspension and the chassis and the frame remain the same. So whatever it was before, it's going to continue for 2020. Like I said, Nissan did not announce pricing, and the online configurator is not quite ready for this new truck. So in the coming months, as soon as that drops, we'll let you guys know. And finally, I promised you guys a cool story about a 1 million mile Frontier. Well, hear this. Nissan officially released a press release about this 1 million mile Frontier. It belongs to Brian Murphy, who is a Chicago area truck local delivery driver. And they tracked kind of his progress, what happened. And according to Nissan, on January 27th, his truck rolled over 1 million miles. In fact, what happened was the odometer went 999,999, so 999,000 miles, and kind of stopped tracking. But he reset his trip meter, and the trip meter is still counting according to Nissan. So you can kind of see how many miles he has past 1 million. But that was just very recently. And it's really funny that this million-mile Frontier is actually in Chicago area, and they're announcing it for the Chicago Auto Show. I think that's pretty cool. This truck, the 2007 Frontier, so 13 years old, it's equipped with a 4-cylinder gas engine and a 5-speed manual transmission. It's a little bit ironic because for 2020, those options go away. No more 4-cylinder, no more manual. So that's pretty interesting. I noticed a lot more cool stats on this old truck. Original clutch lasted about 801,000 miles. That's pretty neat to know for the manual transmission. The timing chain was changed at 700,000 miles as preventative maintenance. I think that's really good to save the engine. And Nissan says the engine and transmission are original, just with a new clutch and a new timing chain. The radiator and the alternator lasted about 450,000 miles each. That's pretty interesting. And the driver's seat was replaced at 500,000 miles. Well, he's a delivery driver, so he gets in and out of the vehicle all the time. That's pretty curious that the driver's seat can last that long. And so if you have a Nissan Frontier and you're driving it for a long period of time, this should give you a good idea about what maybe to expect from the 4-cylinder or the manual transmission. Guys, our entire team for TFL Truck and TFL Car is going to be in Chicago. Roman, Tommy, Nathan, and I. and we'll bring you all the latest news. We're also going to see this new engine in person, so stay tuned to TFL Truck YouTube channel, this channel right here on TFLnow, and of course TFLtruck.com and TFLcar.com will bring you all the news from Chicago, so you can be first to see it and first to learn everything new about the Frontier truck and of course everything else in Chicago. Thanks.